Good morning. I'm Daniel Franco and I'm here at 5th Avenue Estuary, and we're here today to talk about the fact that all around us, behind you and on the side of it, there's a bunch of development coming down the pike, and not all of it is fully approved, but as you might imagine, those of us who already live here are totally against it. We really don't want it coming, and we think it's not best for Oakland for a variety of reasons. And let's start with this one. I don't know if you can catch that, but this is a copy of the estuary plan from 1998. And in that plan, which was worked out over a decade with a whole lot of community input, this spot of water that we're sitting on was supposed to be kept as open and not developed. And there's a bunch of reasons for that, not the least of which is to protect the wildlife that live right here. Of course, over the intervening 20 years or so, that's been kind of horse-traded away by the port in a bunch of deals that are pretty questionable. So the situation right now is they're about to build 200-foot tall condos right there, and eventually on this property that is immediately behind me.
Hi, I'm Renee De La Prade. I'm standing here on the 5th Avenue Point, really close to the Brooklyn Basin. This area has a long history. The Union Pacific Railroad built its terminus here in 1856. Right across the water from me is the Port of Oakland 9th Avenue Terminal. That's where there's been heavy industrial shipping, unloading ships and loading up trains or vice versa, ever since 1856. The spot I'm standing now was a heavy industry shipping yard. What this means is, for the last 150 years, there has been heavy contamination in the area. And the thing that we're here today to talk to you about is the fact that people want to start digging here very, very deep to build skyscrapers. Now, they are not allowed to do it at this point. Now, we think both because the area is previously contaminated and because it is gorgeous out here, that that's not the best use of the property.
We've got what's supposed to be a protected wetlands. It's supposed to be, for the birds and the fishes and all that sort of stuff. There's a technical term when you put condos on top of protected wetlands. That technical term is ooey.
The Estuary Policy Plan, published in 1998, called for this whole area to be turned into public parkland, with the Bay Trail going around the peninsula and fixing up that old marina in the Clinton Basin to create more boating opportunities for people of Oakland.
200 feet tall, why do we need that in Oakland? We might need that somewhere inland, but why right here at the water? We all know in 20 years this may be underwater because of climate change, so it's a bad investment. And who's going to be stuck with the bill? Oakland. It's not going to be the developers, they're going to walk away. So, again, bad for Oakland, bad for the wildlife.
Here I am in front of the I-880 to 980 interchange on the freeway. Right around 4 o'clock every afternoon, there's a massive clot at this section because the merges aren't exactly constructed for the amount of traffic that the freeway is seeing these days. Now, as you can maybe imagine, if they start building skyscrapers here, traffic on this section of the freeway is going to be monstrously difficult. Sorry, commuters. In this view, you can see more of the Clinton Basin and the 9th Avenue Terminal. That building that says Port of Oakland is one of the oldest buildings still standing. Now in San Francisco, they've taken over their waterfront port buildings and made awesome museums like the new Exploratorium there. Oakland has an opportunity to do this. This point, 5th Avenue Point, is right at the intersection of the future San Francisco Bay Trail and the trail that they're going to build from Lake Merritt to join the estuary. This means that this little area, which has been secret in the past, is going to be opened up for public access, both to bicycles and pedestrians, kids, families, people who have enthusiasm for boating. Now, right at the same time that they build these trails, they're also building 200-foot tall concrete mega buildings on the spot.
So Oaklanders, if you're against this project, I encourage you, of course, to do your own research. I encourage you to look at the links down below, contact City Hall representatives, and contact the Army Corps of Engineers, who also has the final say on the matter. Again, we've got a short amount of time to address this issue. Now's the time to act, so please do, and thank you.